involved also in facial with facial peels with lactic acid. I think it's it's a new approach. Could you tell us a little more about your approach to peelings in general?
You see, I've been peeling since the 1970s.
You know, here in North America, peelings are not that popular. It's really something that's more, you know, in Europe and maybe the rest of the world. But there is an interest for peelings, I would say, for the past 2 or 3 years. So, so that's why it's interesting for us to know more about peelings.
My experience in peeling taught me that you need to know exactly where you've put it. You know, you need to, instead of having target times of seconds, you know, like some people would count 70 seconds, it must stay on your skin. It better not stay on 80 because then you'll get a deeper peel. My reasoning was that I wanted something safer, something more versatile. And I realized that if you put a lower dose of acid onto the skin for a longer time, you got the same effects as a heavier acid for a shorter time. And then I realized that if we made it into a cream, we could get this versatility even further, because I can put the layer of cream on in a very thin layer or in a very thick layer. And I get a more effective peel if I go in a thicker layer. The next thing that I knew was that most people who do peeling resent the time that they cannot go out and see their friends because they're flaking terribly also. That's why I felt that we should do lighter peels more frequently and go for a good result several weeks or months down the line rather than try and get an immediate result in 10 days. Because it's this rapid peel that causes all the problems. Is there a
danger of over-exfoliating the skin?
Yes, there's a significant danger. And one of the other problems is pigmentation. Now, many people are using a peel for pigmentation, and they then discover that their pigmentation is worse than when they started, because they've been peeled to a degree where they set up an inflammation. So this post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation then aggravates the situation terribly. So that's why my peels, I call them the cool peels, because you can tolerate it very easily. The peel is done over a process of time up to 20, 30 minutes, you can say. And by doing that, it's extremely safe. As a matter of fact, I believe that they are the safest peels in the world. If it's in the hands of somebody who knows exactly what they're doing, you can vary the depth very safely.
Is there any specific indication for this cool peel?
The main indications for peeling is acne, and secondly, fine wrinkling. I don't use peels as a main way of treating pigmentation. I believe that we have to have special types of molecules to treat pigmentation.
Why lactic acid instead of, I don't know, glycolic acid or TCA, for example?
Well, lactic acid is something that works very well with our metabolism. We use a lot of lactic acid. Our enzyme processors know how to use it very well. Interesting thing, 10% of lactic acid stings less than 10% of glycolic acid at the same pH. 10% of glycolic acid also gives you a reaction that when you do 10% of lactic acid, you don't get that inflammatory type of reaction. These are properties of the molecules, but not properties of the peel.
I see.